Well, hello there, viewers. Okay, I need to apologise before we go any further. I did say yesterday, no more Schofield and Willoughby, and when I said it, I meant it. But I've seen a couple of things overnight that, well, one actually heartens me, to be honest with you, although it's not something, a sentiment I agree with, but one heartens me. And a couple of things disappointed me, but it's not the first time these people have disappointed me. And I thought I would air them, and I just wonder what your thoughts might be. Look, we all knew Schofield was going to lose his job. He probably deserved to lose his job. Have I got any sympathy for him? No, none whatsoever. No, haven't at all. As I said yesterday, I think Willoughby may be skating on thin ice. Note the pun there, skating on thin ice. Yeah, she's got the gig in 2 weeks' time, but I think the first time she makes a mistake, I think conduct over the last 2 weeks will come back to mind. It'll be remembered and maybe used against her. She's definitely not covered herself in glory these last 2 weeks. For such a great friend of Philip's, and you know, she professed to be a fantastic friend, and he did her, she threw him under the bus, no problem at all, when the ugly word money came to light, didn't it? And when her brand could be affected, she absolutely threw him to the wolves, no worries whatsoever. It was him or it was me. Not what friends do. What friends actually do is they stand by the real friends. They stand by the friends and they go an extra mile for them. What friends do is they tell you what they think even when nobody else thinks the same. In adversity, they have an opinion, they stick to their opinion, and they're not afraid to air it. And that was the one thing from this whole Soy saga that came from it that I've liked. The only thing that I found good from the last 2 or 3 days was a piece I read yesterday. There was a young lady, young chef on the show there. I say young, she's not soon, probably more my age nowadays, but CLODAGH KENNA. She actually yesterday said, sorry to see you go, been great working with you, thanks for the memories. I'm making them words up, but they were along those lines. She obviously has got on with Mr. Schofield. He obviously has been fine by her and done no harm. For all everyone's saying he's a tyrant, he's a monster, he's this, he's that or the other, she's never seen it. She's been happy working with him and she's sorry to see him go. She probably knows she'll come in for some abuse off many because everybody and the dog is against him. But she probably can't let the fact that he's gone past without sort of saying, thank you very much for what you've done for me. And I think that's admirable. That is what friends do. If she's had no problems with him, don't turn on him. Don't run with the pack loader, and you didn't. Well done you. The other side of the coin is, here he is again, Dan WooooooooOOOOOTON and old EAMONN HOLMES. Yep. They've done what they've done all the way through. You've had Dan, old Dan boy, for a fortnight now, has been desperate to get Schofield out this morning seat. He's managed it. You've had Eamon, who's almost tried as hard, but more so in the last week. He's like the cat with the cream now. He's grinning like a Cheshire cat. He really is. He's happy he's gone. He's never really wanted him there. Sorry he lost the gig himself. Always had it in for old Philip ever since. Now he's down the road. Dan more so than anybody. Dan just doesn't like him. Doesn't like him at all. But last night, what did I hear? We had Eamon saying, I've got messages on my phone off loads of people in the know, loads of well-known people messaging me saying they're glad he's gone. They don't trust either of them. She's as much to blame as he is. But yeah, glad he's gone, really, really pleased. Did Eamon mention any of the names? Did he tell us who all these people were that were texting him? No, he never. They don't, do they? And then you've got Dan WooooooooOOOOOTON going a step further. I've got 4 or 5 people on my phone. They've messaged me. They've been in touch with me. Really well-known people. A-listers. Not just run-of-the-mill, but A-listers. Telling me he's a horrible person and they wanted to go on the show to actually hijack the show and tell him face-to-face what they thought of him and tell him what he'd done wrong and about his conduct these last few weeks. Did he mention any of the names? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So these people, whoever they may be, we all know, A-listers, don't forget, wanted to go on the show on live TV and with Philip Schofield sat directly opposite them, when the cameras are on them, actually pull that person apart on live TV in front of 1 million people. They were happy to do that, but they've texted all this or left all these messages with old Dan Wooooooooton. Yet no names revealed. Well, surely if we were going to do it on live TV, he's gone now. It's easier to do it by sending your details into Dan Wooton and telling what you're going to do and saying to Dan, yeah, you can read it out. Let the public know how I feel about Schofield. Read it all out. That's easier to do than actually to his face. So why have they not gone down that route? Why has old Dan kept these names to himself? We want to know the names. That is proper reporting. But let me ask though, Dan, what were they going to say to him? What has he done that's upset them? They mentioned his conduct over the last few weeks. What conduct? He came out 2 years ago. People come out now, so they wasn't going to pull him on that surely because people come out. And it's 2 years ago. They've had 2 years to do that. He sent a letter in. He released a statement saying him and Ollie were going through difficult times, but they're doing their best to build fences. Did he do anything wrong there? Is that conduct worth pulling him apart for? I don't think so. He didn't let Holly know that he was going to have a week off to go and back his brother in court or sit with his brother. Well, I would imagine that's his own business. He could have told her they're supposed to be good friends, but did he need to? As long as he tells his bosses he's done nothing wrong there. Were they going to pull him apart for that? Were they going to pull him apart for the bit with the Queen when she's lying in state there and they jumped the queue? Well, they might have pulled him apart for that, but they've had months to do it, but she did it as well, and so did many of the production team. Were they going to pull him apart for that? Were they going to pull him apart for these accusations that everybody's banding around and all these super injunctions he's supposed to have that nobody really is saying a lot about yet because they can get done and because they might not be true? Were they going to pull him apart for that? I'm sure they wouldn't on live TV because they could get done for libel. So what were they going to pull him apart for? I'd like to know. I think we all should know. And I think if Dan Wooton does his job properly as a proper reporter, an investigative reporter who gets to the bottom of these stories and airs them to the public, I think we should know who these people were, these A-listers who were going to have him out face to face and tell him how he performed in the last few weeks has been despicable. Let's hear who they were and let's see what they were going to say. If you're not prepared to do that, Dan, for me, you're not doing your job properly. Really, you're not doing your job properly. And many on that GB News seem to be the same. They have a massive thing against the big stations like your ITVs. They have a massive thing with many of the presenters on these shows. But they're doing half jobs. They're telling half truths. Come on, Dan. Let us know what's being said and by whom. Come on. Do your job properly. And as an aside, again, let me say again, CLODAGH, well done. Not saying I agree with your sentiments, but I like the idea that you've been brave enough to stick by what you see as a friend. That is what friends do. And on that score, we'll discuss another friend in the next video. Somebody that's done a hell of a lot more than CLODAGH did, but still, well done, CLODAGH.